I never seen so many women celebrate not having a man. This shit is diabolical. This shit is crazy. This shit is insane. But go ahead with y'all single hoe ass.
So apparently, more and more women are not just okay with being single, they are thriving while being single. And this has got this man pissed. So much so that this man right here came online to rant about the fact that he went to an event, maybe a club because of the setting, and he found out that the women were not really interested in him or any other men. They were just okay being by themselves. They were vibing, they were enjoying other women's company, and this got this man so bothered because he has never seen it done like this before. You can hear him. And he is so concerned about it and he's so pissed about it that he has to use derogatory terms to refer to this woman. Anyway, let's get right into the video.
I never seen so many women celebrate not having a man. This shit is diabolical. This shit is crazy. This shit is insane. But go ahead with y'all single hoe.
Well, get used to seeing it, Playboy, because women are happier single than being with a man anyway, because nowadays having a man is not even a flex, because a lot of men be wasting their time and only want to use them for one thing, all right? Men have ruined dating, men have ruined relationships, men have ruined marriage, and women are reclaiming their time. They reclaiming their energy back. They're saying they done. So, you know, get used to seeing it. And women are choosing themselves, and that's a good thing, all right? Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, the birth rates have went down, so women not even having kids like that. They're tired. They're tired of the mistreatment that they've been getting. They tired of being treated like, you know, something lesser than, and they're choosing themselves first. So get used to seeing it. Get used to seeing it. A lot of y'all dudes, you'll never experience true love. And that's what you get.
These men are never going to get used to seeing it. Like, with all the free labor, free emotional labor, free cooking, free cleaning, free smacks that women bring to the table. Oh, no, 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 no. These men are never going to get used to seeing women single. They are always going to find a way to bully women, to try and tell women that, oh, you're going to be single and alone, you're going to be a cat lady. They're always going to try and find a way to make women want to be in relationship. And if these men still don't want to be in relationships with these men are going to find a way to force it. They are going to try and shove it down our throats. Because let's be honest, I can't really blame them. With all the things that these men gain from relationships with women, they are never going to just get used to women being single.
Ain't no woman single by choice. You're single because you failed at finding a suitable man. Because it's not up to them to decide if they're going to be a girlfriend or a wife. It's up to men. So stop lying to us talking about, oh, I'm single by choice. You're not single by choice. You're single because you failed at it.
A man is one of the easiest things to get. If it's getting late in the club and the lights are getting ready to come on, he'll take anything. If there's 5 men standing outside a gas station and a woman says, which one of you is coming home tonight? At least one of those men is going to raise his hand. It is so rare that men are actually approached and pursued by women that when they get it, they almost can never turn it down. You're talking about the same men that can't resist a corpse in a funeral home or a coma patient? The same men that can't resist a turkey in a turkey factory? Now, all of a sudden, they're the ones that are picky? No, women are the ones that are picky. It's not a male loneliness epidemic because women can't find a man. It's a male loneliness epidemic because women can't find a good man, and there is a difference. They can't find a man worth giving up their singlehood for. They can't find a man worth risking their pH balance. They can't find a man worth risking their mental health. They can't find a man who doesn't weaponize his incompetence, who's emotionally intelligent, who's kind, who's generous, who's caring, who's not asking her stupid questions like, what does she bring to a table? Because he knows what a woman brings to a man's life. Women are single by choice not because their picker is broken. It's because the pickings are slim.
Oh, men know this. Men know this. Men and society know this. They know that men are the ones who largely benefit from marriage and relationships. They know that men are the ones who are actually desperate for marriage and for relationships. But they will never admit this. Same with this man. He knows all these facts, but they never admit it. Instead, they try to trick women. They try to play mind games on women's head so that we believe that we are the ones that benefit from marriage. We are the ones that are desperate for marriage, and therefore we are more likely to go for men who bring little to nothing to our lives. They are trying to play mind games with our head so that we just take these low effort bare minimum men, because they know that if women really know our worth in relationship, and if women really know what to bring to relationship, and we are not as desperate as we are raised and socialized to believe we should be, we are going to be more and more likely to stay single. We are going to be more and more likely to just weigh our options and be like, since I'm not gaining much from it, why even get with a man? Why even start a relationship with a man? It's just better to be single by myself.
I never seen so many women celebrate not having a man. This is diabolical. Crazy. This is insane. But go ahead with y'all single hoe.
This clip reminded me of the viral interview with comedian Leslie Jones, where she says this.
I think marriage is legalized slavery. I don't know how you don't. Especially if she's expecting you to be a trad wife. You might as well pull out a whip and a chain.
There are young people watching who might be wanting to get married. What would you say to them?
Don't.
So you wouldn't get married?
No, and I don't think it's beneficial for a woman at all.
For some men, it doesn't matter if you're their type at all, if they find you attractive at all, if they would want a relationship with you at all. They cannot stand the idea that you are preemptively dismissing them, because the patriarchy has convinced them that every woman should and does want this. So they get angry with women they don't even know, because it's like, how dare y'all not center us or be thinking about us with everything that you do? If you ever want to see men truly crash out online, throw up, cry, slide out the wall, and fight the air, tell that man you never want to get married and you never want to have kids. Even better, be attractive and say that. They want a woman madly in love, head over heels in love with her husband, and he's acting like he'd rather be other places, and then deep down, he loves her. They could just as easily give women reasons to want them, but they don't want to do that because they don't think you're worth the effort, but they want all of yours. Instead of saying, fellas, what can we do to make these women want us? They just say,
oh, don't be ridiculous, Andrea. Everybody wants this.
There's a reason why males are so upset at women who choose to be child-free and don't want to get married. Maybe they're single, they don't want relationships with men, and it's simply because those males cannot control those women anymore. They can't have a hold over them, because if we think about it, it's always the woman usually waiting to get married, waiting to have kids for when the man is ready. But the tables have turned now. So many women like myself don't want to have children because we can see through the rose-tinted glass, you know, what motherhood actually entails, what being tied to a man through having a kid, through marriage actually entails for a woman. Statistically, women who get married and have children actually don't live as long as unmarried, child-free women. And I think women are just waking up collectively, and that terrifies men because they no longer hold all the cards, and I love it. I keep saying, being child-free as a woman is literally a cheat code. Staying unmarried as a woman is a cheat code because you bypass so much of the free labor that comes with being a mother, that comes with being married to a man, the toll that it will take on your mental and physical health, and of course, you know, not being controlled by it. And I'm not saying this is the case for every woman, like, of course not. Of course there are good men and good marriages and good dads, but if we're looking at it from a purely statistic standpoint, then yeah, being a mother and being married to a man is actually dangerous for a woman of today.
And honestly speaking, aside from all the free labor, emotional labor, and everything that a woman brings to the table that I've been mentioning, when you think about the risks involved in getting with a man or getting married, because honestly speaking, statistically, you are more likely to be by your intimate partner as a woman than by any other person, especially when you are pregnant. A pregnant woman is more likely to be by a partner than by anything, including the pregnancy. And we also know that pregnancy is very difficult on a woman, and pregnancy is a very risky affair for a woman. And childbirth, so many women die in childbirth. You just need to check your country's maternal mortality rate and you'll be shocked at the number of women who just lose their life in order to bring another life into the world. And these men are expecting us to just take all these risks on by ourselves, while they give little to nothing, especially in this modern time. They don't even provide, they don't even protect, let's be honest. They don't do anything, but they want you to risk your life. They want you to literally risk your life in order to marry them, and have their children. And women today are saying no, it is not worth it. The risks involved are not worth it.
Y'all, I saw this video and I was busting up laughing. This man said that women, you can see that his background, he's at the club, right? At a bar or something like that. And he said that he ain't never seen this many women happy to be single. Y'all, them women, they must have been out looking good, smelling good, baby, and acting, having a ball. They was out there, boots with the they was getting it. They was boots on the ground. Boots. They had their boots on the ground last night. That man was so disgusted. He called them, I think he called them 304s at the end of his video. He was so disgusted. He like, I ain't never seen this. My thing is, what women supposed to do? Be in the house sad because they ain't got nobody destroying their peace. Be in the house oppressed, rolling around because you ain't got nobody making your hair fall out. Be in the house crying because you ain't got nobody that got your chest caving in. You be in the house crying because this man that went 5 hours without returning your text. Women have already woken up and seen this singleness should be celebrated if you got it. Because you got a peace of mind. What I look like? Being sad because no man hacking into my account taking my money. I ain't gonna laugh about that. Y'all better not laugh about that either.
Honestly, now that I think about it, can these men just leave women alone? Because these women were in the club. I can bet you that these men did not volunteer the information that they are single by themselves. This man was the one who went to this woman to inquire before he got that information. And when he got that information, he could not just take the hint and walk away and live on his life. He had to make a video and then post it on the internet to complain about it. Can you just leave us alone? Can you leave women alone? Men will bother women in their life and when they're in relationships with women. And when women decide that, oh, I'm not going to be in a relationship with a man anymore, the men will still find a way to still bother that woman and still force its way into that woman's life and into conversations about women to make their presence known for some reason. I don't know why they do that. Just leave us alone. And why are you so pissed about it? Why are you so angry? Just move on with your life. Weren't men saying that they were going their own way? MGTOW, I think that's what they call it. Continue going your own way and leave women alone on their own way. Just leave us alone. It's that simple.
I never seen so many women celebrate not having a man. This shit is diabolical. This shit is crazy. This shit is insane. But go ahead with y'all single hoe ass.
This man was really in a bar by the looks of it. And instead of just chilling and having fun, he's focusing on the women there that are having fun. And he decided to pull out his phone and record this shit. And yeah, man, there's a growing number of women that are just done with dealing with us. And I don't blame women at all. I really don't. It's our fault. I just don't know what else to say to niggas who upload videos like this, man. Okay? A lot of us as men refuse to listen to women, to understand their perspectives. You know, a lot of us cling super hard onto misogyny, to patriarchy. And women are just tired of dealing with that shit. And they'd rather choose themselves than have to deal with a man who doesn't want to do the work to be better. And by the work to be better, I don't mean like making more money or anything like that. I mean like actually improving your character. Actually learning to, gain emotional intelligence. They're just done.
Welcome to a day in the life of a 41-year-old, single, expired, leftover, and useless woman who hasn't fulfilled her only purpose for existing, having children. Come with me as I enjoy my ever-decreasing sexual market value, safe in the knowledge that no high-value man will ever want me. No single woman's life would ever be complete without a cat. This is me practicing to die alone with mine. I like to go outside into public spaces where there's mothers and children and men, all the things that I clearly hate simply by existing as a single, child-free woman. Sometimes I even like to make funny faces at them, but it doesn't matter. They're not aware of it because, of course, I'm invisible. Supermarket, coming here can be quite triggering because there are so many reminders of the place that I've been left in life. On the shelf. Next, it's off to work. I know I'm a useless woman who hasn't fulfilled my only purpose for existing, but please don't tell the people I work with that. They actually think I'm pretty good at this. As a leftover woman, I spend my evenings preparing the only thing suitable for me to eat. Leftovers. And I like to do it while listening to my favourite song. Of course, like all single women, I have an astronomically high body count. A different one every night. And they're all rechargeable and have 6 speeds. If my day in the life of a leftover woman was your vibe, then make sure you join me for more.
The fact that this men could find time out of their busy schedules to post such arrant nonsense and stupidity on this woman and on other single women, because this woman is not a one-off affair. This is the kind of comments that many single women see in their comment section. Tells me all I need to know about this man, because how did you find a time to do all this? I know that unemployment is high, but really, you do not have anything else to do with your time than to post such stupidity on a woman's comment section. And honestly, let's be honest with ourselves. These men are just projecting. Yes, a lot of these men are lonely. That's why there's a male loneliness pandemic. There's not a female loneliness pandemic. They are lonely, they are bitter, and they are just deciding to project all their negative emotions that they are feeling by themselves onto women, particularly onto single women.
This might be a hot take for the internet, and I mean no shade by this, right? Why do women promote singleness so much? This is no shade, right? I've seen so many videos over the past couple of days like, oh, I need y'all to release the shackles from wanting a man, going out wanting a man.
So just to be clear for the millionth time, because men like this clearly don't get it, either they don't want to get it, they're not listening, or they don't care because they only care about their own selfish needs. We're not promoting singleness. We're promoting no longer being in relationships where we're not served, where we're humiliated, where we're disrespected. Relationships that are toxic to us. We're saying it's better to be single than in relationships like that, because unfortunately, too many relationships are. And we're socialized to put romantic love on this pedestal, even when the relationship we're in is harmful to us.
We are supposed to be together. I have always operated more effectively when I've been with a woman, especially a good one.
So we are meant to be together, but notice how straight after that he says, I, me. I have always operated more effectively when I've had a woman in my life. And how has life been for the women in his life? I mean, he says women, multiple. So has he committed to any of these women? Has he put a ring on any of these women's fingers? No. He even says, especially if they're a good woman. So he's had good women in his life, but he's still not committed and settled. Why not? What he's done is used and siphoned their feminine energy, and that's why life has always been better for him. He only talked about himself in terms of the benefits, how he benefits. What does he give in those relationships? Has life been better for them? We don't know. He doesn't say.
The sole reason fundamentally we are on this planet is to procreate, companionship, family unit.
There are so many ways in this life that you can find meaning, that you can find purpose, that you can find joy, not just through having children. This type of mentality, in my opinion, is a loser mentality, not because there's anything wrong with wanting a family and children, because effectively what you're saying is, all I'm going to amount to in my life is being a sperm donor. I avoid men like this entirely because they really just treat you like an incubator, like you're just there to pass on their family genes, nothing else. I take a very holistic approach to finding purpose in life, and family and marriage and children are only one of them. And getting married and having children isn't for everyone. There are many people who aren't married, who don't have children, who still have meaning and purpose in their life, and who still contribute greatly to society.
One of the main reasons why everybody is on edge and fucked up and all of this shit is, one, we are eliminating companionship from this world. And people think you could operate effectively as a single individual.
I mean, I actually don't think he's wrong there. The thing is that women are a lot better at creating extended networks outside of romantic partnership. Forming close bonds with our girlfriends, finding hobbies, pouring into our extended families, nieces, nephews. Men, by comparison, struggle with this. And that's why he's struggling to understand what community means outside of a romantic partnership with a woman.
So much. And you don't even have to look at this in a sense of, having a romantic relationship. So many people in this life think they can operate solo dolo. You need help. You need a community. You need companionship.
And that we can agree on. But please don't think that it's the woman in your life that is going to be doing all of the emotional labor and carrying the weight to make your life better. Because from the way that you started this video, it seems like that's your expectation. The topic of remaining single is becoming more and more prominent because women are just exhausted. The irony that he doesn't realize that his entire video was promoting singleness.
Am I shocked that these men are angry and they are pissed and they are confused at the fact that more and more women are happy and we are thriving being single? No, I'm not. Like I said previously, with all the things that these men are gaining from women, the free labor, all the things that men have always gained from women and from relationships with women, it's obvious why they are pissed. I mean, the gravy train is over, their whole free ride has ended, and they know that they are not going to be able to gain as much of a woman like their fathers, their grandfathers, their great-grandfathers, and the men of old were able to get from this woman. So they are pissed, and it's understandable why they are pissed about it. If your slave that does everything for you is now all of a sudden free on their own, you are going to be pissed about it. I'm sure the slave masters of old were pissed about it when there was emancipation of slaves and the slave trade ended. They were pissed too. So it's understandable why these men are also pissed about it. What confuses me is when society as a whole are confused that women are happy being single, or when society trying to trick us into feeling that women are not going to thrive with being single, and they are shocked that women are thriving being single. Because let's be honest, you people have always known that women gain little to nothing from relationship with men. Yes, they've always known, and they've always known that relationship and marriages have mainly benefited men. That's why they made it so difficult for a woman to leave marriage. That's why they make it so difficult for a woman to survive in society for so long without a man. From the beginning of time, they knew that these men were the ones who needed us. Women did not need men. Men did not need men to survive, to thrive in society. It was men that needed women. If women could earn by themselves, they could sustain themselves, they could live independence from men, women would choose to be independent from men. So what did the society do? Society clipped women's wings. They made it hard for us to get an education. They made it impossible for us to own bank accounts, for us to get certain jobs, for us to be financially independent. They made it literally impossible for the average woman to live in society without having a man. In fact, forget about the average woman. Even the high society women, even royal women could not live without a man. Even the women of old, the highest of peak royalty of a woman, could not live without a man. That's how they made it. That's how they structured society in order to make us dependent on these men so that we had no choice other than to be with a man. And the moment women got their rights, the moment we became independent, especially financially independent from these men, we ran away. Yes, we ran for our lives, because all through this time, the reason why we were with them was not out of choice. It was out of lack of option. We had no choice. It was either be with a man or starve to death. Either be with a man or become a lady of the night. Because those were the only options that were open to women. Marriage, starvation and homelessness, or be the woman of the night. Yes. And women obviously did not want to go to the women of the night part, because there are risks involved, health-wise and otherwise. Honestly, women, we've come so far when you think about where our mothers, grandmothers, and women of the past were coming from. And we've accomplished so much to get this freedom that we have right now. And I am so happy about it. And I believe we're going to be going further. We're going to be accomplishing more as women. And that gives me so much joy. And the fact that it pisses these men off that women are becoming so free, that we no longer need them, that we no longer want to be with them, I don't really care. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I don't really care about the male loneliness pandemic. I don't care about the birth rates dropping. I believe that if society as a whole needs to crumble for we as women to rise up and for us to build from the arches of society, I'm okay with it and I'm happy by it. I honestly don't care that these men are pissed, and I don't think you should be bothered by it too. Anyway, thanks for staying to the end of the video. Remember to give it a thumbs up if you found it interesting, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also don't forget to check out the videos in the playlist right here. Bye.